What's up? What's up? All right. What is up, traders? Here we are on Thursday. Thursday. Hopefully, we can see something nice today. Yesterday, we had REBN, which wasn't terrible. REBN wasn't terrible yesterday. It wasn't like one of those stocks that had like a 15-cent spread on a $3 stock, which was good for the most part. The risk management, at least for hyperscalping, was a little bit easier, which is good to see. Good morning, guys. Yeah, so REBN, hopefully we see something similar to this or even better, because I seem to have done well on REBN, and sometimes these large spread stocks really eat away at my profit. So let's take a look here at the gappers for today. We have CPOP. This one is up 88%. Looks like it's trading higher on year-over-year increase in H2 2023 revenue results. I guess that means half. So the second half of 2023 revenue results. That's the first time I've ever seen a company put out half of the year revenue results versus quarters. But I guess sometimes you learn something new every day. But yeah, looks like we're up on increase in revenue, which sometimes is a hit or miss. It really depends on the actual the revenue. Is it a huge increase from the estimate, or is it slightly better, or is it, what are the actual results? Is kind of what can drive the stock. But usually it's hit or miss as far as momentum trading. Let's see here. Yeah, second half of 2023, when it's an increase in overall performance for the 6 months. Revenue approximately 24 million, representing an increase of 12. So wow, okay, so pretty much doubled, over 100% year-on-year growth. So it doubled its profit, or its revenue. Sorry, not profit, just revenue. Let's see, increase prior to the 6 months 2023 from the deficit. Okay. Okay. Additionally, the consolidated growth profit for the 6 months increased from the deficit. So it looks like they were negative. They were in the hole 2.3 million before the first half of 2023. Looks like this was the first half that they actually made money. Gross profits of 1.78 million. So that could be pretty big. Sometimes a company that just starts to turn the corner into profit, sometimes it can be a little bit more explosive because investors are getting more interest. Maybe traders are getting more interest for a long hold time or for an investment. So yeah, maybe CPOP seems to be really choppy back in these days. Back in here, 1 all the way up to 9, down to 2, back up to 9, down to 5. Crazy here. Let's see if the flow has changed at all. I don't see that the flow has changed. You can just take a look here. 2.83 million, so still relatively pretty small. So has a history of making big moves. I know I've traded this before. I'm going to keep this one on watch for sure. I'm thinking, pre-market high is definitely going to be a level here at 340, 343. Let's see here. And then after that, well, that pre-market high coincides with this level here back here, which is interesting. Looks like we topped out perfect there. We might have some resistance there at high 3s up to 4. and then maybe some resistance here at mid 4s if we get up to mid 4s here, around 460, 470. And then if we get up to 7, I'd be very surprised, but I'm not too hopeful for that. But maybe CPOP is the one, maybe it's not. It's hard to tell. Yesterday was a little bit clearer. I feel like yesterday REBN was a lot clearer with it being the 1. Everything else just didn't look good. Let's see here. The next gapper here, TAOP. This one popped up from 80 cents up to $1.53. Now fading back, giving back pretty much half of its move, which is kind of a red flag. But if we can hold this level and start to curl up into the open, then it may look a little bit better for the potential surge to the high. But it's got to show some strength for it to be looking good. Some traders like to just, I'm not a trader who's just gonna like buy off the support and just hope that it's just gonna go up. Some people like that, but that's just not my style, especially if we're under VWAP, and especially if we're fading in volume here. Let's see here. I'm gonna take a look at the catalyst. If the catalyst is any good, maybe the likelihood of it curling would be higher. So Topping launches new enhanced AI-powered smart terminal. Not bad. AI has been a buzzword the past year. AI is around like an AI bubble. So anything with AI, you definitely want to keep your eyes peeled. I think it has potential though. Pretty smart cloud solutions, as long as we hold this level and kind of start curling up. And don't forget REBN. Don't forget REBN pre-market was fading. There's CPOP moving up. Yeah, see, REBN pre-market was under VWAP, kind of similar price action. Maybe didn't get back as much, but it was under VWAP. CPOP now moving up. Maybe this is going to be the sign that this is the one. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? It's got to hold and continue higher. It would be nice. Now it's up over 100%. Let's take a look here at the 200 EMA. So it looks like 200 EMA on the daily is 325. So it looks like we kind of bounced off the 200 EMA. So that's good. We can hold above the 200 EMA on the daily. Then we could potentially make a move higher now that that's out of the way. See any other gappers? Let's go over some other gappers here. IVP, this one a little bit lighter volume. However, the float is even smaller. This float's sub 1 million shares, so it's a micro float. It's not considered a small float, it's considered a micro float. I do not see any news though. Do not see any news. Do not see news here. Does have the reverse split though. What we know about the reverse split, it's recently after the reverse split, company drops news. Sometimes it doesn't even have to drop news, and we'll see a pretty nice move because of the new float. And sometimes that triggers a short squeeze. it looks like we did clear out highs, all-time highs here since the IPO. So I'm not sure if this is going to clear out, if it's going to have any potential. I think the clear out already happened. The clear out could have already happened since we popped up pre-market and we broke all-time highs. And any shorts, you know, maybe, or it could be nano, right? It could be nano. I don't know if it's micro and nano. I got to take a look. I got to review my Ross Cameron study notes. But yeah, IVP, since we already broke all-time highs, maybe it already cleared out most of the shorts that were stuck, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I'll keep it on watch. If we pop over $5 and start holding, then maybe I'll take a look at it. But CPOP seems to be the winner here so far. Very nice 5-minute breakout, 1-minute pullback setup. So this is the classic setup that I love. It's a very good momentum, sort of momentum entry. If you miss the 5-minute breakout, usually a lot of the times if it's a hot stock, the 1-minute pullback will hold up and at least test a high again, or at least do a false breakout at minimum. And at the best, you know, it'll run another 50 cents, $1 a share. Okay, so a nano cap, small cap stocks. No, not that I'm interested here. Let's look at Warrior Trading, Nano Float maybe. Let's see if this. Let's see if he has here. Oh, he doesn't have it. I was thinking he would have like the, you know, large float and then with the amount, small float with the amount, nano float with the amount, and micro float with the amount. But he doesn't have it. Looks like a nano cap, so market cap is less than 50 million. In this case, it would be what? Yeah, a lot. Yeah, this is like, I think this might even be lower than a nano. Because if the float or if the market shares outstanding is, let's say it's rounded up to 1 million. It says 900,000, but it's rounded up to 1 million to make it easy. 1 million times $4.68, which is the current bid price, is 4.68 million. And if the it says less than 50 million is a nano, so it might even be smaller than a nano. Is there anything smaller than a nano? Is there like featherweight float stock? This would be like a featherweight. I don't know. But yeah, small cap is anything under 300 million market cap. Looks like nano is under 50 million. Micro is probably, let's look up micro float. I think that might be bigger than nano. Micro, let's just look up micro cap stock. Jesus. Yeah, so that's between 50 and 300 million. I don't know. I guess it doesn't really matter as long as it's. I just look at the float. I didn't really look at too much into it. If it's a nano, micro, whatever, I don't really care. All I care about what the float is. That's it. I don't really care about labels. Just what's the float? That's all I need to know. What am I dealing with here? And that's it. Thing about CPOP is going to be good is because it's not super thick on the level 2, and the spread is still tight. So it's good liquidity. Those are the stocks I do well on. I've noticed, good liquidity, but not over liquid, not to the point where it's so thick and its stock is, and then we're fighting for pennies. But just liquid enough to where I can get in and get out at a reasonable, reliable price where I want to get out, and not getting massive slippage or getting, feel the bottom tick on the bid when the spread's like 15 cents. These are the types of stocks I do well on, and they still move reasonably well. Like it'd be normal, like a normal gain would be 10 cents, and that's great. 10 cents on a $3.50 stock is really good. It's like 4%. When you do that a couple times, you're easily, after 3 good trades on it, you're up over 10% on the day. So very good. I like CPOP as far as the market depth, which is very important. It took me a long time to really dial in on kind of what to look for as far as being a little bit more aggressive, better sizing. After a couple years, you start to get a better idea on what you're good at. And again, like everyone's good at different things. Some people are going to be great at like stocks that have 10 cent, 15 cent spreads. Some people are going to be really good at stocks that are just grindy with very thick price action, very thick on the bid, thick on the ask. Some people can do well with that. Some people can do well with something in the middle, kind of like where I am at. This would be considered maybe something in the middle. But it looks like we're breaking out, hopefully. I see some decent bids. So this would be, looks like a reversal pattern, but we rejected the lows. The lows. So popped back up. Anyone who is short is probably now covering, but is it going to be enough to squeeze out through the highs here before the open? Is it going to be enough? It's going to be enough buying power. I'm not sure. It looks like the previous candle volume was, getting up there, but not to the level we need. We needed that candle to be high day volume. I think at the open, let's see here if anything else is moving. The main stocks is CPOP, TAOP, and IVP for me. TOP curling up. That's exactly what we wanted. CPOP, okay, we're going to break out. SGD also kind of moving. So I'll keep that on the side charts just in case. So CPOP, is this the one? Is this the one? Sometimes a pre-market winner does not remain the winner into the open, so I want to be aware of that. But we got to hold these pullbacks. If we can continually hold these pullbacks, then we'll have that better chance to where, every time we curl up, it's just going to get more and more parabolic until you get that last leg where it's just complete blow off top and it runs like $2 a share. Well, for a $3 stock, it runs like an extra 100%, and then finally reverses. But it really depends how many shorts are stuck. How many shorts are stuck in this area? We're late to the party, shorting this move back here. We could have the juice to go all the way up to maybe 470, maybe 5. I mean, I've seen stocks like this that go all the way up to the highs too. I've seen a stock like this go all the way up to $10. But I just don't know if we're in that market yet. So I want to be a little bit more conservative with my targets. But break of 4, maybe mid 4s could be a decent area. Maybe up to this level, 460, 470. That could be a relatively good target just to keep in the back side of my head. Back or the back of my head, back of my mind. TAOP started to pop up, and now we're rejecting. We retested VWAP. We needed to break and hold, and now we're retesting the lows. This is not good. We're retesting the lows too deep. This pullback is too deep. Okay, maybe we retest VWAP and pull back 5 cents, but now we're dipping down, starting to retrace back to the lows, which is not good. So I think this one might not even be the one. So always a chance we see a dip and a rip at the open, do a red to green through the VWAP, but it's not showing strength right now. But I'll put an alert over VWAP, if we get over VWAP and hold, then I'll take a look at it. But usually when it's like not a super hot market, there's only enough room in the market for one winner. So if CPOP is ripping, if CPOP is absolutely just going bananas, and TAOP decides to curl a little bit, I'm not going to jump over to TAOP because the chances of that also running are going to be low because most people are looking at CPOP if that's still running. So, I also want to keep that in mind. Like, I'm not, like, there's only enough room and there's only enough volume right now in the market, or enough momentum, enough traders to really only support one winner. It's not 2020. In 2020, you'd have three gappers going 300% all at the same time, all halted up. Right now, we don't have enough traders for that or volume for that. So, seems like only has enough room for one winner. So if there's one winner ripping up, I will need to be focusing on that. Even if something else is looking tempting, I need to leave it alone. Until that winner proves to not be a winner, or it starts to dump and it's just going backside, then there's a potential for for another stock to become the winner. But there's only enough. It seems like there's only enough volume right now for one to be in the spotlight, and I need to trade the stock that's in the spotlight. Right now, it's showing CPOP, but again, the market open could completely shift everything. The market open is like a reset. It's like reshuffle the deck. Sometimes it's the same one that wins, but sometimes it's not. So it's kind of like reshuffling the deck at the market open. That's kind of how I look at it. Let's check the scans again. AGS up 24%. It's a new one on the scan. Let's take a look. Looks like not good. So it looks like it's a buyout. So buyouts, I don't like to look at buyouts because you can kind of take a look at the chart. Yeah, it moved up, but this is not tradable action. The volume ain't going to be good. For the most part, it's not going to be the one. So you can kind of just not even. I don't even need to take. I don't need to put an alert on it. It's just I've seen this enough to where it's like that's not going to be nothing. All right, we got 5 minutes left to the open. Okay, so it looks like someone in the Discord said that the DOS Trader, DOS and Schwab integration won't be available until June, until early June. So I'm gonna have to trade a month with using thinkorswim hotkeys. So there's going to be no bid offset, no ask offset. I'm literally just going to have to just buy the market, buy the ask. Not buy the market. Buy the market, sell the market, or buy the bid, buy the ask, or sell the ask or sell the bid. There's going to be no offsets at all. So that could definitely change the way I'm going to trade for the next month. And what I mean by that is I will still use the DAS Trader as my data. I will still look at it as for level 2 and time and sales, but my order execution, I'm going to have to trade with thinkorswim hotkeys, and they have very limited hotkeys. So I'm going to have to trade with just buying market and selling market for the most part, because buying the bid, it's going to be hard to get filled. Buying the bid's going to be a little bit tougher to get filled, so I'm going to have to just be trading market in, market out. And with stocks with a huge spread, 10, 15, 20 cents, market in, market out is potentially very risky. So I might need to limit my trading on stocks that have a big spread. Usually my rule of thumb is if a stock has a larger spread than 1%, then sometimes then a lot of times the risk reward starts to be negative by using market orders, because the chance of getting filled on the bid coming out and the ask coming in is just too large. So 1%. So on this $3 stock, any spread more than 3% or 3 cents or 3 or 4 cents on a $3 or $4 stock, that starts to become a little bit too much. I either have to exercise caution or sizing down to manage potential, a devastating loss. Or on a $10 stock, any spread over 10 cents, which is equivalent to 1%, then exercise caution, maybe reduce size, or try to buy the bids maybe, but the chances of getting filled are going to be a lot lower. So probably going to be mostly focusing on stocks with tighter spreads and a little bit of a lower price until I jump back over to DAS, because it's just hard to manage risk with large spreads on market orders. Usually on anything with a large spread, I'm buying the bid with an offset to minimize the chance of getting a terrible fill. So that's kind of my mindset moving forward. It's all about risk management. So we got about a minute and 25 seconds. We're going to be focusing CPOP here at the open. On the side charts, we have TAOP, SGD, and IVP. So those are the stocks I have on watch. We're looking at CPOP at the open. So hopefully you guys do well today. Stay calm, cool, and collected. Hit that thumbs up button for me on the way out. If you're new, consider subscribing. Love to have you part of the community. And I'll catch you guys